Hello. We're so grateful to have the opportunity to be here today from Dade Middle School to talk about the fun things and the great things happening in our school. I'm Sandra Spivey, the principal at Dade Middle School, and I've had the pleasure to be here on KWN several times in the past. And today I asked, and she graciously agreed, I asked Mrs. Allison Henderson to join me here today, and we're going to tell you about some of the partnerships that we have with her. And she is the 4-H Extension Educator at the University of Georgia Dade County Extension Office. And we are fortunate that that office is just right down the hill, right down the front steps in front of Dade Middle School. And so we have very easy access. And some of the things we're going to be telling you about, you'll hear how it's been beneficial to us just to have access where our kids can just go up and down the hill for different activities there. But we've had some neat things happen this year in our partnership with the 4-H Center, and so I asked Miss Henderson if she would come today, and we want to share some of those things with you. So thank you, Miss Henderson, for being here with us today. And when I first came to Dade County, one of the first people that came to introduce themselves was Miss Henderson, and she told me all about what the 4-H Center did, how it works, and really, just right out of the gate expressed the desire to partner with us and do what they could to, work with us to get the word out about the things that they have to offer and to help us in any way. And so this year, I feel like we've begun to really take her up on that. She might be sorry she offered, and moving forward have even more plans to do that. But early in our conversation, it wasn't the first meeting, but maybe a second or third time we kind of sat down together. She prepared sort of a list of ideas that she had of things that she wanted to do, and kind of wanted to get my thoughts and maybe ways we could work together on some things. And one of the things that she mentioned was a career fair. And I loved that idea and was very excited about it, and we chatted back and forth about different ideas, and I shared with her that I had the pleasure of, I didn't coordinate it and wasn't responsible for it, but had the pleasure of benefiting, and students in a prior school system where I worked, of benefiting a local organization put together a career fair. And anyway, I put her in touch with the lady who worked with that, and she and I visited the career fair there just to see what theirs was like and get ideas. And theirs is a huge career fair, and I told Miss Henderson they didn't start that way. But anyway, we had fun that day, just kind of getting a lot of ideas, and then she really took the ball and ran with it. And on February 21st, we actually had a weather delay, so I think it was going to be a day or two before that. But ended up being on February 21st. We had what I guess we're calling phase 1, the pathway phase to the career fair. And all 500 of our middle school students got to participate in a career fair. And I give Miss Henderson 100% of the credit for coordinating all of that. So I asked her to come today and tell us about that, tell us about the career fair, and anything else she wants to share about partnerships with us. And then also to tell you what the next phases of this are going to be. So thank you for coming. And so the career fair.
Okay. Excuse my voice. I think it's pollen. Mm-hmm. What we saw when we went to the career fair was the one we looked at was mainly for high school students. Mm-hmm. And there are a lot of things that our high school students get to see, but we felt like the middle school kids could benefit from seeing career opportunities as well, especially since in the 8th grade they have to choose their pathway for high school, which is supposed to be their pathway for their life. And it's kind of, we see the younger kids, so we saw them being just a little bit freaked out by not knowing what to pick, and it seemed like a big responsibility. So in the 4th and 5th grade, at Dade Elementary, I go in and do career lessons where we talk about different clusters. and they really seem to be eager to get information on different careers. So we thought about approaching the CTAE teachers at the high school, which is
and career and technical
yes,
education.
career, technical, agricultural education. So I went and met with all of them and said, why don't we have a career fair where you set up booths and tell about the careers available in your pathway and the associated clubs at the high school that go along with that pathway, and what kind of opportunities, competitions, different things, show things that you would actually do. Because I know at the middle school level, they hear about different careers and they read about different careers, but this is a generation of doers and very visual. So I think the high school teachers and the students in particular did a fantastic job.
They really did.
They all had a booth set up for their pathway, and in case you don't know which pathways we have, there are 9, and these are only the CTAE pathways. There are also fine arts and different areas they can go, but just in CTAE they have carpentry, electrical, those are both in construction. They have metals technology, which leads into welding. They have manufacturing and mechatronics, which used to be called just engineering, but they're moving more into mechatronics as like robotic arm type things. They do a lot of 3D printing in that pathway as well.
And they were recently in the news with the aquarium, the project there.
And then there's digital media, technology, and communications, and they are the group that videos all of our sports events. I
think they call it DCHS TV, maybe.
We
have our version at the middle school, like WDMS.
There was AgriScience, which is the FFA club. There's business and technology. There's therapeutic services, allied health and medicine, which is any type of healthcare classes, and there's nutrition and food science. So there's a big array of choices, but if they're just reading the words, it wasn't really sinking in what they had available. So the high school kids came and they had their displays and they showed them concrete things that they would actually be doing in the classroom.
And it was so much fun that day. And so you just got to hear about all the different pathways. And I think we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back from the break, she and I can share exactly what we got to see that day and what our kids got to see. It was very, very exciting. So we'll see you right after the break.
Can you gig it? Oh, yes, you can. We know you've been waiting for a long time, and now Tennessee Valley Net is bringing it to you. Gigabit internet service now available in certain areas of Dade County. Not just fast, super fast internet service now available from Tennessee Valley Net. People are talking, I mean really smiling about gig speed internet available in limited areas from Tennessee Valley Net. Call today at 706-657-4367 or log on at tvn.net and see if gig speed is available where you are. We know you'll gig it from Tennessee Valley Net.
Georgia Northwestern Technical College is now accepting applications for classes. We offer programs in business, health, industrial, and public service at 6 campus locations with financial aid options as well. Take day, evening, or online classes to get your degree, diploma, or certificate. Apply now. Drop by one of our campuses today or check us out at gntc.edu. Georgia Northwestern Technical College. Get focused. Get hired.
Come hungry and leave satisfied at Cloud's Pizza, Highway 71 in Higdon. Cloud's Pizza uses only the freshest ingredients, and we hand toss our own pizza dough. Our pizzas are made from scratch when you order, so they're always fresh. And don't forget about our famous Sand Mountain cheese sticks. You can eat from the daily buffet or try a mouth-watering hamburger or cheeseburger. Come see your friends at Cloud's Pizza, Highway 71 in Higdon, and never leave hungry. Call ahead at 597-3100 for Cloud's Pizza. Visit us on Facebook at Cloud's Pizza and more.
Come see us at Cloud's Pizza.
When you or a loved one is facing a life-limiting illness, hospice care may be the answer. At Tapestry Hospice, the patient is the focus of our care. We are here to serve you and facilitate your wishes. Tapestry caregivers are concerned with managing your pain, keeping you in touch with your physician, and helping you make plans for the future. Hospice is life-affirming, and Tapestry Hospice can help you deal with all aspects of life, mind, body, and soul. Call Tapestry Hospice for more information. 706-383-8812. That's 706-383-8812. Tapestry Hospice. Redefining hope.
At Comfort Gallery in Kimball, you can truly shop for any piece of furniture from any of our manufacturers. Drop in today and use our in-store kiosk. It's over 40 inches of full color, completely interactive for ease of use. And yes, you can shop all of our manufacturers for virtually any piece you may be looking for. Come to Comfort Gallery in Kimball to find exactly what you need for your home using our kiosk to shop from all of our manufacturers. Free delivery and setup, 1 year free layaway, and 6 and 12 months same as cash available at Comfort Gallery, 780 Main Street, Kimball, Tennessee.
Hello, and we're back after the break. And if you're just joining us, Miss Allison Henderson is with me today. I'm Dr. Sandra Spivey, the principal at Dade Middle School. And Miss Henderson just went through and told about a little bit about the career fair we just had. And we're going to talk some more about that. But she went through the different pathways that we have to offer here at Dade County High School, and that we were sharing with our students, because we shared with all of our students at the middle school, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, although the 8th graders are really at a time right now, since the career fair, they've had registration, so they're literally selecting which of these career paths that they're interested in pursuing in high school beginning next year. So it's really important for our kids to have time to really think about that and process, what is it I want to do? And we do, we have a program that they work through a little bit different in 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade, and even in elementary school before they come to us, where they begin to explore different careers and what their interests are, and go through different exercises online. But as she pointed out, them doing that is one thing, and it's good, but being able to see, touch, feel, play with, in some cases at the career fair, listen to high school students who are involved in these pathways, listen to teachers who teach these classes, see what they're doing. That was a huge next step that our kids had not had the opportunity to do. So I got to see that, so I know what they saw, but I want Miss Henderson to tell a little bit more, tell all of you. It was a very good day.
Yeah, we purposely timed it so it was the week before the 8th graders had to sign up for their high school classes, so it would be fresh on their mind. And each pathway group brought something to demonstrate. The mechatronics pathway group brought the little robots that they could control and run around on the floor. The digital media, they had some of their videos set up that they had made during the school year. The construction, they had 3 pathways in there, so they had a larger area, but they were drilling.
It was very interactive.
Yes, they had things for them to do. And all of the booths had something for the kids to look at or touch, or and the high school kids, again, they did a great job.
They really did.
They were interacting with the kids and telling them about the things that they had done, and I think that made a big impression on them, seeing kids just a little bit older than themselves that were already confident in these type of things.
And this was the first time, or at least in a long time, the first time they had done anything like this. So I was impressed with the job they did, but especially considering this was the first time, and afterwards they did a little debriefing with the ones that had done the presentation, so I'm sure it'll be even better next time. But they did a really good job, and each little group had something. As I walked around, I was like, that is so cool that they did that, or so impressive. And like the construction you mentioned, they had a lot of interactive things. So middle schoolers love to touch, and do. So they had lots of opportunities and a lot of space to be able to do that. And I know I was impressed with the FFA group. They were just such an impressive presence, the way they presented themselves. And I could say something about each group. I agree with you, they did a very good job.
And I think that all of the kids and the teachers that were there were looking at each other's booths, so they will all be stepping it up next year because they saw things that they liked about other booths as well.
We were the 4-H building is a fairly small space, so we had each grade level in there at the same time. So between 160 and 170-ish students at a time, which is a lot of kids in a small space. But Ms. Henderson did a great job of kind of moving them through in small groups, and our kids did a good job, especially for middle schoolers, to kind of listen in each group, and then we had a rotation where everybody got to go to each area to see that. And we'd had some weather issues leading up to that, but we talked about how, weather permitting, we might be able to expand even outside next year to just let them spread out a little more.
It's funny that you're saying that, because we had talked about some ways to improve it next year, and then we gave the kids a survey, and some of the exact same comments came up. They wanted more space, they wanted more time at each booth, and they wanted what was the other thing? There was something they wanted. It's hard to hear with that many kids in one space. It's hard to hear. So I think we're going to be looking at getting microphones for each little section next year.
So we gave a Google survey to. So our students all have Chromebooks in classrooms, so they were able to do a little survey just to get some feedback from our 6th, 7th, and 8th graders about, what did you think this first time? And then, as I said, they got feedback from the presenters about, right after the fact, what's fresh on your mind, so that, we can improve it for next year even. But I thought our middle schoolers did a good job of giving feedback, and it was overwhelmingly positive.
Yes.
Basically, did you learn anything, and then what did you learn? And there were a lot of good comments in there.
Yeah, the did you learn question had an 87% yes, which for middle schoolers is great.
It's very positive, and
yes.
I kind of laughed. There were even a few I noticed who said no, they didn't learn anything, but then went on to tell what they did learn. So anyway, but very positive results. So our kids appreciated that, and it had them talking a little bit. And we have some feeder type programs at the elementary level, or at the middle school level, and even at the elementary level, they're doing a lot of STEM activities and things that would lead into these pathways. So I think the earlier the kids hear about the pathways that are available at the high school, it will trigger interest at the middle school and even earlier levels to learn more about what they can do to prepare themselves for those different classes.
And we gave them a sheet too, as they were, or right before they came in, with all of the pathways listed, and not just the names of the pathways, but some of the job possibilities, because they hear these words, but then they don't really know what the actual jobs would be. So we gave them a list of jobs. It also told personal skills that they might need, like some jobs require attention to detail, and they haven't really thought about, hey, I'm good at that, so maybe this would be something for me. So I think that was somewhat helpful also to kind of just get them thinking, because we told the presenting high school students before they came in, we gave them copies of the list as well. So they, as they were talking, they could kind of say, okay, our pathway is here, so that's one of the things you should be looking at.
And I noticed, and I'll borrow her paper, I noticed that when some of our kids, as they would go to a little mini presentation before in the rotation, and then as they would be walking away, they'd have a moment as they were making their way to the next thing, and they would be kind of with a furrowed brow studying what was on the paper about that. So if it was something they were interested in, especially that kind of sparked their interest, they could look to see these things that she had listed there. I noticed especially our 8th graders were really seriously looking at that, because it's decision time here. Right. So. And I know, as good as this was, and this kind of exploratory career pathway options that we have, we're not finished yet, are we?
No, not at all. What we're hoping to do in the fall, sometime around October, is to get employers to come in and have booths. And we're looking at getting any place where you could live in Dade County, but it's close enough to drive to work. So all different types, and we want to group them kind of in the same pathway clusters that are available at the high school to kind of give the kids an idea of, oh yeah, I saw this pathway, and here are some real jobs that we can do that are related to this pathway, so that will give them even a better idea
Yes.
of which direction to go.
So what I love about that is we start, in the classroom with exploring online, then they see it in action at the career fair, and then in this next phase, the employee or employer phase, I guess, they see what it leads to if they choose those pathways. So we're going to talk a little bit more about this. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back talking with Ms. Henderson about our partnership with between Dade Middle School and the 4-H Center, and helping our kids pick career paths.
Have lunch or dinner at Guthrie's, home of the original golden fried chicken finger and the best chicken finger sauce in the world. Guthrie's can help you plan your family's meals or get-togethers with bucket specials every Tuesday, those delicious wings on Wednesday, and platters every day of the week. Plus, get sweet tea by the gallon. Remember, Guthrie's has a party room for small gatherings, too. Guthrie's, Highway 136 West in Trenton, home of those golden fried chicken fingers and the best chicken finger sauce in the world.
Guthrie's, not fast food, good food fast.
Country cooking with family recipes. That's what you'll get at Howard's Restaurant, offering a full menu for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Plus, an all-you-can-eat lunch and dinner buffet. They make all their homemade bread and pizza dough and sauce. Come by Howard's Restaurant for special buffets. They're open Tuesday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Sunday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Howard's Restaurant in Eider, located in the Old Cabbage Bowl Restaurant. Catering is available. Call today, 256-657-4191.
When you need a licensed plumber, call Stacy Ledwell and the staff at Mr. Rooter in Scottsboro. Mr. Rooter provides your home or business with advanced solutions using high-tech equipment. Our commitment to customer satisfaction shines through in our personalized service. When you schedule an appointment, our professionals will dedicate time to explain the work that has to be done. Our staff will give you upfront pricing, so you'll know exactly what's involved before any work begins. We even pump septic tanks and do new construction on houses. Fully licensed, bonded, and insured, Mr. Rooter in Scottsboro. Call Stacy Ledwell today to set up an appointment at 256-574-4710. The Moore family name has built a legacy of trust, compassion, and peace of mind by standing with families during time of loss. Now in our 70th year, the Moore family commitment grows even stronger, from affordable, traditional services to cremation. Our experienced staff stands ready to follow through on you and your family's wishes. Since 1945, the Moore family of funeral homes, North Sand Mountain and Trenton, always dedicated to those we serve.
Hello, and we're back after the break. If you're just now joining us, I'm Sandra Spivey, the principal at Dade Middle School, and this is Miss Allison Henderson joining me today from the University of Georgia 4-H Extension Center, and she's the extension educator. And we've been talking about the partnerships with the middle school and Dade County schools, and we've shared a little bit about how it came about, but that we recently had a career fair and how wonderful that was for our students, and what positive feedback we've gotten from our students and everybody involved. And then Ms. Henderson, before the break, was telling a little bit about that was phase one, the career fair. So the next phase is kind of the employer phase, and what we're going to be doing, hopefully in the fall, maybe October-ish, sometime in that range, we're going to do another kind of career event for our middle schoolers. And again, we can just go right down the hill to the 4-H Center, and this time there would be real live local employers there. So students at the middle school, they start exploring the different career options online in our classes, and then they do that something a little different in the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Then they get the opportunity to see what high school students are doing, what high school teachers are doing in these career paths. That's the career fair. And then taking it to the next level, what if you pursue those career pathways and take the necessary coursework and get the necessary training? What kind of jobs are available? And then just right here in and around Dade County, the jobs that are just here available for you. So, Ms. Henderson, what, again, you're looking for local employers to, if you're interested and you would like to be part of the career fair, you want to hear from those people, right?
That's right. We will be looking around and contacting people, but there are a lot more employers around here than we know about right off the bat. So if you are interested in being in this career fair, we're going to try to group the companies, or at least label them by the pathways that the kids could go through at the high school, and that would help prepare them for the type of jobs that you have. So again, it would be construction carpentry, construction electrical, metals technology, which involves welding, manufacturing or mechatronics, digital media technology and communications, agri-science, business and technology, therapeutic services, allied health and medicine, and nutrition and food science. So if you are in one of those categories, or if you're not sure which one you're in, call us and we will help fit you in. Our office number, where we are, you can find us if you Google us online. It's the Dade County Extension Office. Our number is 706-657-4116. We are on Facebook. We have a web page. So any way you want to contact us, we will be probably starting on this heavy in the summer, trying to get everybody lined up. But yeah, I think this will be really exciting. So.
It is exciting, and I'm hoping this will be just a regular part of what we do every year, and to help our kids get prepared, because as these 8th graders move on to the high school, we've got some coming right behind them, and they'll have benefited because they would have had the preview the year before, and so they have more time to kind of think about it. So we're very excited about this. Miss Henderson, and we don't have a whole lot of time left, but I also want to say they do so much for just the students in Dade County, and not to mention the other work they do outside of just the education piece. But she's a regular face at Dade Middle School. We have, as we've talked about our clubs before, but we have a science club at Dade Middle School, and the kids, I like to go visit that club as much as any of our clubs, because they're always doing something fun in there, and our kids love hands-on activities, and they're always doing something hands-on. And Miss Henderson is a regular in there helping Miss Horton, who is our faculty member responsible for that club. But y'all had a lot of fun in there this year. She's actually going to be there this afternoon, because today's club day at Dade Middle School. And so, what did you want to preview? What activity are y'all doing today?
Yeah, sure. Don't tell them. But today we're making bridges out of gumdrops and toothpicks to see whose bridge can hold up the most weight. So.
They're always doing something
Make it and
fun.
eat it. That's what they like to do.
They like to make it and eat it. They like to eat too. So that'll be a lot of fun. And then next year, we're going to, we've tweaked our club list for next year, and we are going to add a 4-H club to our club list. So, and Miss Henderson is going to be working with one of our teachers, and we'll actually be able to offer some 4-H activities specifically. We're still going to have the science club, so I'm not sure how you're going to be in 2 places at one time, but anyway, we'll have some 4-H activities for kids to spark their interest in, because y'all have a lot of options and opportunities for kids after school at 4-H. What are some of the things that middle schoolers can do with 4-H after school?
We have an activity club, which meets once a week, and we do science activities. We do arts and crafts. They do a lot of gardening. We have a raised bed that we take care of. They plant stuff in the flower bed. We try different kinds of gardens each year. And we try to do some service projects for the community.
So with our club time being every 2 weeks during the school day, this will give maybe other kids who have not been doing the after-school piece to be able to be involved if we have kids that can't stay for the after-school piece and kids who can. So thank you so much, Ms. Henderson, and thanks to KWN-TV for allowing us to be here today to talk about neat things happening at Dade Middle School and how we're partnering with a local resource here that's very valuable to us. Thank you.
Thank you.